All right, today we want to talk about dominance and how much women love a dominant man. Passionately dominant, I always call it, sensually dominant, sensually aggressive, lovingly assertive. Um, oh my God. And this is in short supply because so many men have been taught to put the woman on a pedestal, to go soft and easy on women, to, she's the goddess, or, you should please the woman, and, masculine energy is bad. But this is why women don't want to have sex anymore. We want a guy to essentially dominate us. That's what we crave. A feminine woman craves this. And it's the opposite of people pleasing. So this goes along with the topic we're talking about this week, which is people pleasing. And you've got to be dominant. I happened to come across a YouTube channel from this gentleman, LFA. I've watched quite a few of his videos, and he's very good. He's kind of, I guess, red pill or black pill. He gives a very balanced view based on his experience with women. He also is a churchgoer. He likes women. He's been in relationships, but he's also really good at getting women to hook up with him. So he's not like, I think he gives really good advice. I like his videos. And there's one I happened to come across yesterday that I'm like, I have to make a video on this for my people, because more men need to listen to this and be dominant. So in this video, I'm going to play a few clips, but you can, the audio on these videos are not very good as I re-recorded it, because he's recording it outside and there are crickets or cicadas or something, and they're very loud. So if that is irritating to you, I suggest you just watch his video. It's only 12 minutes long. And it's not as shrill as it comes out on me having recorded over it. I would love to interview him from my YouTube channel. I mean, this would be so great. But he starts out talking about when he was, young, 17, 18. He took a break from his job, went in the restaurant next door, was just minding his business eating, when he saw this man with in his late 30s with two younger ladies, late 20s, early 30s. And he was having lunch with them, and the one woman wadded up her napkin and threw it, and it fell on the floor, and the man just looked at her and goes, "Pick it up." Now, what would you nice guys do? You would pick it up for her. He's like, "Pick it up." But not in a contemptuous tone, "Pick it up, bitch." Not like that. It was like, "Pick it up." Dominantly. And she was excited, and I guess it had kind of moved over to where LFA was sitting, so she had to go over there and crawl over there and pick it up. And then she went back and to the table. Anyway, so he watched all this, and he was amazed because the woman was so happy doing this. These women were happy with this guy. He was not an abuser. He was just dominant. And when I say dominant, you have to be affectionate also. You can't be a dominant abuser. Dominant, affectionate. That's the power, you guys. Okay, so then he's like, this is interesting. I'm going to try this out with my girlfriend. So he'd had this girlfriend for a while. They'd been sexually active. So he asked her to come over, and he wants to practice some of this dominant stuff on her. And that's what we're going to hear in this first clip. Now, I'm going to, this first clip is a minute 23 seconds, so here it is. Actually, I messed that up. The first clip I'm going to show you is where his introduction to the video, where he talks about the trend that he has seen in men, and men who call him for coaching, is that men think that they should be soft and gentle on women. But the most important quality a man needs is to be dominant, because women respond to strength and dominance and assertiveness. Because if you're not, she's not going to want to fuck you, and she'll end up cheating on you, possibly. Now, I'm not a cheater, but I would lose interest sexually in a man. So that's the introduction. And right after the introduction, I'm going to go right into the example with his girlfriend. So I'm going to play those two clips back to back, and then I'll be back on the other side.
I think most guys out there, you know, I've taken calls from guys and they've expressed their issues and their problems. And I see a trend going on out there with men out there, and they kind of have this concept in their minds that they're supposed to be soft on women. You know, they're supposed to be soft and gentle. And although sometimes there's a time and a place to be soft and gentle, you have to ask yourself. You don't even have to ask yourself, because I'm about to tell you. Women, okay, if you were to ask a woman who's the most memorable man she's ever been with, which man made the biggest impact on her in her life, which man left the biggest imprint on her, do you think it's going to be the guy that was the softest, the guy that treated her the best, the guy that was the nicest? No. You know, the guy that's going to leave the biggest imprint is the guy that's the most dominant. And, you know, I don't care what anybody says. It's non-negotiable. It's a fact. It's true. You know, there's no way around that. My girlfriend comes over, and as soon as she gets there, with that stern voice, I told her to take her clothes off. And, you know, she trusted me. We had been together for a while. You know, we had sex many, many times. So she did it. And then I just started telling her what to do. Like, shit that I had seen in pornos. I don't mean to be too graphic, but I was like, you know, I was just telling her to do shit. And I was like, spit on it. You know, do this, do that. And she was doing whatever I told her to do. But here's the thing. Like, when I told her to get on her knees, she fucking did like a dance move, like she was excited to get on her knees. You know, when I told her, like, anything I told her to do, she was fucking excited and turned on. And the look on her face was like that she felt sexy. Like, this made her feel sexy for me to boss her around and tell her what to do. And it was strange because, like, you know, I had fucked her pretty good many times. I had given it to her pretty damn good. But I had never seen her this turned on. Just by me bossing her around and telling her what to do. But it flipped the dynamic of the relationship. You know, at first it was just in the bedroom. I was thinking, I'm just going to do this in the bedroom. But then, you know, it carried on into other areas of the relationship as well. You know, we might be driving in the car, and I'd be like, open up the glove box. Grab me my wallet. You know, and when she does it, and she's excited about doing it, like she's happy about doing it, I would just grab her by the jaw and pull her into me and kiss her. Whereas, prior to that, I may have leaned in and kissed her. Like, I don't know, it was a weird dynamic, like everything changed.
So I suggest that you men go and try this with your woman and just see how she responds. It's going to turn her on. I got excited listening to this. Like, I want to meet a guy who does this with me, because they're always so like, I don't want to hurt you. What do you like? And it's really great for women to be self-expressed sexually. That's important. But there's something very exciting about the man being dominant, and that's just our animal spirit. Now, you also have to be affectionate. You cannot just be a bully. The dominance requires affection, that you're affectionate with her, because a woman is not going to fuck you if you're just some cold asshole. You have to let her know that you love her. You have to be sensual with her. You have to be affectionate with her. But the example he gives, instead of just leaning over and hoping for a kiss, that's what you people pleasers do. You lean over and you hope if you're just a good boy and do the dishes, you might get a kiss or a blowjob. You might lean over for a kiss. Don't do that. Grab her by the hair, pull her in. Wait, I'm doing it the wrong way. I don't know. All right. Pull her in and kiss her. Grab her by the head, pull her in and kiss her. Just be dominant. When you ask a woman on a date, he has other tips in his videos. When you ask a woman on a date and she says she's busy that night, say, what's your schedule like? Don't just back off. Be dominant. I do not really know how to teach a man to be dominant. I think that men tend to be either maybe bullyish, but I think most men are just way too shy with women, and they're afraid to be dominant because we're in this society where masculinity is shamed. But we need masculinity back. Men want it back. And I'm here to tell you, we women crave it. We crave it, okay? So, the last clip will be that, and then that will be the end of the video. And I hope you guys check out his channel if you like this stuff. And if you see other channels like this where men are giving like really good solid advice like this, you know, drop it in the comments, because I'm always interested in you know, learning from people who are experienced, who actually have experience. This guy has a lot more experience than I have. I have not been in that many relationships. You know, when I was 28, I got married. I was married for 25 years, and I haven't dated anyone since. I mean, I talk to a lot of men. I come across a lot of men. I met a lot of men when I was an escort, and I have it just for fans. I talk to men, but I haven't been in a relationship with a man in 40 years, you know, other than that one. And it wasn't a very good one. The sex was super bad. But you have to be sexually good with a woman. Because if the sex isn't good, she's not going to want to fuck you, or she's going to cheat on you. One of two things will happen. Okay, if you're not dominant, she's either not going to fuck you, she's going to lay there like a starfish, or she's going to cheat on you. Those are your three options, guys. All of you passive submissive men, you have got to step up. And if I sound mad, it's because I am mad. I am mad at all the feminized men. Feminized men. Too many feminized men. Because they believe the bullshit that they have to hide their masculinity. Do not listen to that. The human race will die out if you listen to that. Anyway, here's the last clip, and thanks for watching this video.
You don't have to be disrespectful. You just have to be dominant. And when a woman is submissive and obedient, you know, she's faithful, you have to show her some affection. You know, you can't just constantly be dominant, treat her like shit, like just tell her what to do all the time. You have to be affectionate as well. But I would recommend, and I'm going to coin this term, dominant affection. You know, like I said, when you're in the car, you grab her by the jaw and pull her face into yours. You know, you're giving her a kiss in a dominant way. You know, you can be walking with her. She's got a ponytail. Grab her by the ponytail. Guide her around by the ponytail. Let her know you're in control of her. But at the same time, you're showing her affection in a way. You know, put your arm around her when you're sitting down. You know, do things to let her know that, you know, she is doing a good job. She's not being an unpleasant bitch. You know, it's not all about being macho and being tough. It's just the being macho and being tough is what brings out the submissive and sexy side of her.